The one key to the good life. Well, I won't keep you in suspense. The one key is positive emotion, because it means you are broadcasting high vibration energy to the law of attraction. Now, we don't grow up with any kind of importance put on emotion at all is anything to do with the quality of our life. Zero. We do not learn about the power of emotion, how it functions as for us as an energy being. We don't get any of that. And it's time to get it, because it is the key. And it's time to let go of all of this physical world stuff that we grow up with. And in terms of making our life happen or figuring things out, and we want to factor in emotion as the main power to drive our life, so that our energy is high and everything is flowing to us, so that the energy is high and our actions are all of that high vibration nature. So we're very productive when our emotional energy is high, versus having to work in the physical world without that power of emotion working for us. So let's get into this. So often times when we grow up, we get to the point where we ask these kinds of questions to ourselves in terms of having the life that we want. And we think, well, what's the right action? Is this the right idea? What is the right choice here? What are they doing? How are they doing it? How do I do it? How did they get that? How do I manifest it? You see, it's all physical world stuff. There's no inclusion of an emotional element or component or the way you feel in there at all. Nothing. It's all about this physical world, physical life, and making things move in this physical world, when what we want to do is we want to get into emotion. We want to let the emotion be the driver in terms of all of those questions that I just asked. And then our physical world will flow, because the energy will be high, and it will flow in ways that are very satisfying to us. Instead of us trying to figure it out and make it happen, it's flowing to us. So let's take a look at these questions from an emotional perspective, which is the natural way of life. And we would say, what's the action that feels good? Is this the idea that feels good? What is the choice that feels good? What are they doing that feels good? How are they doing it that feels good? How do I do it that feels good? What did they feel to receive that? How do I feel to allow it to manifest? You see that a massive difference? That is 180 degrees difference in the way that we live our life when we talk about the emotional element of anything versus just the flat physical aspect of it. It's absolutely and totally different. The traditional way completely discounts vibration, our energy, which then takes us out of the game of leveraging all those beautiful universal resources that are orchestrating so much and ready to deliver so much to us, and we're completely discounting them, not leveraging them at all. But when we switch to emotion, then when we include emotion into the things that we're doing, the things that we're thinking, the action and all of that, now we're adding the element that allows our vibration to be high. And then we are leveraging all those powers of the universe that are working on our behalf to make our life flow in the ways that we want it to flow. That's what we came for. We're here in the physical plane, and we're having the experiences that are causing the asking, and then the expansion is all happening behind the scenes, you could say. Our inner being is taking care of all of that, orchestrating everything. And then it's all about us receiving it. So that's why when we ask questions to ourselves, we want to include the how it feels when we make a choice, when we take an action, when we have an idea, when we look at what other people are doing. What's the feeling going on there? Because that feeling is the vibration. It's an indicator of the vibration. And when the vibration is high, then we are in a position to be receiving all of the details in our daily life that make things run very satisfying for us. So let's sort of look at life vibrationally and emotionally. those words in this context are absolutely interchangeable. High vibration and positive emotion, you could say, are the same thing. Positive emotion indicates that the thoughts you're thinking are high vibration. So let's look at some terminology that we're probably familiar with, but we really haven't thought about it in terms of emotions. It's more about the physical world. So let's do a little conversion here and just see how you receive this and how it feels to you in terms of processing it in this way versus the traditional way. So emotional investment. Now we think of investing our time, investing our money, but we don't think about investing emotions, right? What's the emotional investment? So we look at our daily emotion tracker. We can say, well, what kind of emotions are we investing? And that is a payback that's going to be way, way, way higher and above any physical investment thing that you're working on. If you get your emotional investment in the high vibration zone, your life is going to be magical. I mean, the things are going to flow. The satisfaction is going to be high at all times, in all cases. Everything's going to be working out for you. That is the kind of investment that you want to be making on a daily basis. Emotional productivity. Often we think about productivity. Are we being productive? And we look at the physical actions that we're taking, the things that we're doing. Are we being productive? We don't want to look at it like that. We want to look at emotional productivity. Again, look at your daily emotion tracker. Am I being emotionally productive? That is the productivity that is going to yield you by far the best results of your life, the results that are going to be very satisfying to you in a continuous flowing way. Emotional potential. Well, that's 100%. We often think of the word, well, what's our potential? And then there's physical limitations because we're thinking about the physical world. But when you think emotional potential, your potential for high vibration, positive emotion is 100% in every moment. Think about this. Think about this as I'm going down the list. We can be in high vibration all of the time, no matter how the physical world looks at any given time. And when we do that, then we open the door to receive sort of the replacement manifestation for anything that's going on that we don't like with something that is. That's the way it works. Let's talk about emotional progress. So are you watching your daily emotion tracker? Are you keeping track of the progress in increasing the percent of positive emotion in your day and homing in on things that you know are getting your attention in a negative feeling way? Those particularly you want to pay attention to and make progress to move that into positive emotion progress. Emotional possibility. Well, again, it's 100%. At any moment in time of your day, on any topic, it doesn't matter what it is, a possibility is 100%. Emotional responsibility. You want to be responsible to yourself to choose the good feeling thoughts. That kind of responsibility, now you're really changing your life. Emotional accountability. Make yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Don't let yourself think those thoughts that don't feel good. There's all kinds of options that you can replace those with. You don't want to go 10 seconds on a thought that doesn't feel good because you've got all kinds of options to pick something that feels better and keep yourself in that high vibration energy. Emotional essence. What is the essence of the thing I'm thinking about? What is the emotional essence? I don't need anything to be present. It doesn't matter what the conditions of my physical world are. I can hold an emotional essence in my mind of the way I want it to be. I can feel the reality of what I want without it being physical yet. So emotional essence. Emotional economics. Let's talk about emotional economics. When you want to do something, when you are inspired to do something, you feel like doing something, you don't have to think about the demand for it. It's already in place. In this universe, the economics are very different than physical life economics because we think when we have an idea, we got to find a demand for it, and we got to go into all kinds of things to get that demand going. But the fact of the matter is that the reason you're inspired to do what you do is coming from collective consciousness where there's already demand. So you're becoming the supply for it. So the demand comes before the supply. It's just backwards from the way that we think about economics. And so think about emotional economics, emotional budget. What's your emotional budget for today? Well, you want it to be 100% and keep track through the day. Am I reaching my budget for today? See, you see how all of these terms put you right into your high vibration state of mind? And that's the state of mind that is going to open the door and let you receive the details to all the things that you want to be receiving. Emotional satisfaction, that's what we're looking for at all times. Physically, we could be in a situation, a job, a relationship, a financial situation that is not physically satisfying, but emotionally, we can achieve emotional satisfaction. That means we're high vibration about the situation, even though it's not the way we want it to be. And what does that cause? That causes a situation to re-manifest in the way that we want it to be. That's the power we have. This is the power of emotion. An emotional prescription. Well, when we are not feeling well, we get to the doctor to get a prescription. But we want to think about an emotional prescription. And yes, if we have an ailment and we're in discomfort, sure, you could take something to ease that physical discomfort. But we know where this physical discomfort comes from. It comes from emotional misalignment. It comes from negative emotion trending about things in our life, dissatisfaction, uneasiness, that kind of thing. So we want a script. Isn't it interesting that the word script is in the word prescription? Because we want a script that's going to give us emotional relief about the things in our life. And as we get emotional relief about the things in our life, then our body will return itself to health. It's self-healing when we get the resistance out of the way. So sure, take a physical prescription if you are getting some comfort from that. But know this, you must find relief with your life, with all the matters of your life, and soothe that resistance. And in that way, your body then can go back to work to sort itself out and get everything back in order. So that's where your healing is in your ability to talk with yourself and bring yourself to a place of emotional relief, and that will open up for the healing to happen. Emotional maturity. Now there's the maturity that you really want to pay attention to. So you can be goofy and you can be silly and you can have fun, and that's all emotional maturity. Now in the physical world, people might say, oh, you're not being productive and you're being immature. And little do they know that is the greatest maturity that you can be when you understand all of this, and then you let yourself just, you're going to think about things and you're going to take matters in a way that you're going to deal with them in a way that represents that situation. So if you're in a business situation or a family situation or you're in traffic, you're going to handle things in that way that you're getting a good experience. So you're not going to be silly and foolish to do things that are going to cause you trouble. However, in saying that, you can also include in your day, when you're going through your day, you can be silly, you can be have fun and laugh and do things that sort of keep the atmosphere light and easy and fun. So emotional maturity is knowing when to choose thoughts that keep you feeling good in a situation and let yourself express yourself in ways in the given situation where you feel at ease and it all feels good. So that's, again, a little different slant on maturity when you include the emotional aspect of it. Emotional intelligence. Well, all of this stuff together that I just said is emotional intelligence. And as you can see, they didn't teach us any of it. We didn't get any emotional intelligence teaching. And so that means we're not. And that's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all, because now we can learn to be emotionally intelligent. And when you do all these things that I just said, you are being emotionally intelligent. And the basis of the books that I write and the work I do is all really teaching you emotional intelligence because it's teaching you vibrational intelligence. It's teaching you thought intelligence. I'm going to think the thought that feels good. That's thought intelligence. It's emotional intelligence. It's vibrational intelligence. And that's the intelligence that we want to drive our life. We want to get away from making choices and behaving and choosing and all that kind of thing based on the physical world and the way we think it's right to do it and the way we should be doing it and the way everybody else is doing it and the way that the physical world allows us to do it. We want to get out of all of that. We want to get our emotional, vibrational world in order, and that will make sure our physical world will flow in the ways that we want. Now, I've got more to say on this video, but so it doesn't get too long, I'm going to leave it here for today, and I'm going to pick it up on the next video and complete the talk on this one key to the good life. And you can see really clearly now that it is emotion and what that all means. All right, so thanks for listening in. If you have any questions, leave them on the post and enjoy your day.